Shalom, shalom, shalom to the 12 tribes that scatter abroad. Shalom, shalom, shalom to the 12 tribes that scatter abroad. Welcome back to the reading of the Bible with your brother Nehemiah. How everybody doing today, Israel? How the family doing? You know, the day when the sun go down and begin the Sabbath, so that's what today is. But we finna get started in this reading this Bible, man. But before we get started, what we want to do? We want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you. We got to glorify the Father. We have to. We left off reading from 41, in Genesis chapter 41. And we finna pick up in Genesis 42. But Genesis 41 was when Pharaoh had explained his dream to Joseph. And Joseph prepped it, told him what God finna show him what to do, what he was about to do. And so Pharaoh had put Joseph second lead over Egypt, over all Egypt. He was second in charge. Except for on the throne where Pharaoh ruled it from off the throne. But everything else, he was over. And the feminine came in, fit to come in, but Joseph also had Pharaoh had gave him the priest Potiphar, I can't pronounce his name right, but he had gave him the priest's daughter to wife, and she bare him 2 sons. The first one was Manasseh, and the second was Ephraim. And so when the famine came in the land, right, you know, Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh. Remember, he was sold from his brother them sold him when he was 17. And he been in Egypt since from 17. Now he's 30 when he was 30 when he stood in front of Pharaoh when Pharaoh put him in the position, when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And then the land went into the feminine. So all what he had saved up through the first good 7 years, he stored it in a lot of storehouses. So now the people came to Pharaoh, the Egypt people came to Pharaoh complaining. And he told them to go to Joseph, whatever Joseph tell you, y'all do. So now Joseph finna open up the store though. And we finna begin in Genesis chapter 42. So everybody get their King James Version with the Apocrypha out and open up the Genesis chapter 42. And before we start again, I want to say, I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. You know, I ain't got number like 23 subscribers right now, so I had 24s. They come in and they go out. I guess I get to speaking too much true, and they want to hear it. I don't know. But I know people don't watch it anyway. You know. But it's all good. I'm trying to do my part, you know. But we finna begin. Everybody ready? Come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 42, verse 1. Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his son, why do ye look one upon another? So the famine wasn't not just in Egypt now. Remember, I forgot to mention all that. But, you know, you can go back and read it yourself. That'd be a good thing. But the famine was all over the earth. So when Jacob heard that it was corn down there in Egypt, he like, why? He went to his son and like, why do ye look one upon another? It's like, verse 2. And he said, behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down there and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. So he telling his son them to get to Egypt and go buy some corn so they can live, because the famine is all over the earth. And what God said, this gonna be, he showed Pharaoh the dream, what, twice? Because it was gonna be very grievous. What he said, it was gonna be a very grievous thing. This famine was very harsh. It was very bad. It was very bad. So he telling his son down to get down there to Egypt. So this also answers a question about why Joseph was sent down there. What Joseph just did. Why did Pharaoh put him over all Egypt? Look what Joseph came up with. Look what when he interpreted Pharaoh's dream to him. Pharaoh said, who wise is this man? And he told Pharaoh what to do. These 7 years, say 5, what it was, 5%, 5 something. It was 5 something. I don't want to lie to y'all. But it was 5, fifth part, that's what it was. He said, let Pharaoh do this, and let him, this Genesis chapter 41, verse 34. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officer over the land, and take up the 5th part of the land of Egypt in the 7 plenteous year. So in the good 7 plenteous, in the good 7 year, he took up 5th parts of the land, meaning 5th part of the corn, 5th part of the food that they grew, everything that they grew, he took up 5th parts of and put it in store for the bad past. So, like I was saying, now you see why God sent him down there, why God was with him. He saved the earth. He didn't just save Egypt. He didn't just not save Egypt. He basically saved his people. Cause his generation would have been wiped out. We would have been wiped out. We wouldn't have even been here. Cause the famine what went down, if Joseph wouldn't have never took charge like that and prepped that dream, God put it on him to prep that dream and know what to do, the earth would have been wiped out like the water wiped it out. Cause we would have starved. In them 7 years, we would have starved, where our ancestors then would have starved out. And we wouldn't have been here today. So he was sent and saved his how can you say, his father. He was sent to save his generation. So we can keep going. Jesus wouldn't have never made it. Yahweh Shai, he would have never made it. Verse 3. And Joseph 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt. So 10 of them. Benjamin go. You know, that Joseph brother with the same mama and dad. They Jacob and Rachel. They got the same mama and dad. That's the last one. He the baby one. So the other 10, they went down to Egypt to buy corn. Verse 4. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren. For he said, least peradventure mischief befall him. So he like, peradventure something happened to Shalaki. Ooh. Something happened to his brother, like something happened to his brother like his other brother. That's what he thinking, like his other son, the one he loved, the one he favored more. You know, Joseph had a love because he was born to Joseph in his old age. Benjamin was born to Joseph in his old age because that Benjamin was the last one. Benjamin was the last one. So let's continue. Verse 5. And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan. See, it was all over the earth. This the land, the Canaan, this the land God promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But he ain't gave it to them yet. You feel? But they stand there. That's why I say we've been in this land the longest. We've been here. Ever since he called us, he told Abraham to come from up under his father's household and get from out of his father's land, his father's country. He been in the land that we were going to give him. He been showing it to him the whole time. The whole time. He was walking through it. He was staying in it the whole time. Verse 6. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their face to the earth. Now Joseph was the governor because Pharaoh had put him in charge of all Egypt. So he was the governor over the land and over the land of Egypt. And he the one sold, cause he the one stored the house. He the one took the field part of the land and put it in his storehouses. So he coached everything. He ran everything. It was all on him. Pharaoh put it all on his hand. And so his brethren came and they bowed down themselves to him, face to the earth. Verse 7. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them, meaning he act as a stranger to them. That's what he did. He act as a stranger to them. Let's continue. And spake roughly, and then he spake harshly to them. He spake real harshly, roughly. He spake harshly unto them. And he said unto them, which come ye? And they said, from the land of Canaan, to buy food. So he asked them, where you come from? And they told him, from the land of Canaan, to buy food. And Joseph, verse 8, and Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not him. Why they didn't know him? What? Let me see. First, it said Joseph knew his brother, but they ain't knew him. So we know Joseph is in Egypt. Joseph, Pharaoh, let me read. I can't tell you. Let me read. Verse 8 again from the top. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not him. Verse 9. And Joseph remembered the dreams which he dreamed of them, and said unto them, ye are spied to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. Now, what dream did Joseph remember? That's a precept. So this is going to be Genesis 42, verse 9. Go to Genesis 37. I think it's 37. Hold on. Go to Genesis 37, verse 5. Now that's a precept. When it's saying about in verse 42, chapter 42, verse 9, and Joseph remembered the dreams which he had. Let me see where it says, verse 9. And Joseph remembered the dreams which he had. What dream did Joseph remember? This is the book of Genesis, chapter 37, verse 5. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. Remember that dream right there he dreamed? That was a dream. Let me get the whole thing. Okay. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told it his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. And he said unto them, here I pray you this dream which I have dreamed. For this the dream that he remembered. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaves stood round about, and made obsession to my shelf. That's the dream he remembered. Remember when his corn and they bowed down to him? Now that's what they doing right here. This the dream that he had. See, God was with him the whole time, showing him things that he gonna use him to save this earth. Matter of fact, let me see something. Because them they crazy. That nigga said foster father. Okay. But that's the dream he dreamed about the shell. They had what he had remembered. Let's continue. And it said, which he dreamed of them, and said unto them. And then he said to them, ye are spied to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. Meaning you came to see the exposure of the land. You came to see. You come to that what he accused them, but they really come to buy food. See, he just really messing with them. They don't know who he is, but he know who they is. But he just really just effing with them. Let's continue. Verse 10. And they said unto him, nay, my Lord, but to buy food are thy servant come. See? Verse 11. We are all one man's sons. We are true. Man, thy servant are no spy, which he ain't lying. They are one man's son. They good true man because they are Israelites. But that don't really just make them all true because they did sold their brother. They did wickedly because they hated on him about that. But that was all God's plan. For Joseph to save the land and his people. He saved the land of Egypt, and he saving his brother them too. He giving them a hard time bargain. He ain't seen them in what? Probably 20-something years, maybe longer than that. He ain't seen them in a while. I remember he did 2 years and 3 months in Ward. Ain't telling what he did before he did the 2 years, how long he was in there before he did the 2 years and 3 months. There was after the butler them got out. He did 2 years and 3 months. What he did in there before that. From 17 to 30, before he came and had a rulership over all Egypt, he was considered as a prisoner. From, I ain't gonna say all the way from 17, because he worked the first before Potiphar put him in ward. But he been there, what, 17 to 27 at 10, plus 3 more. That's 13 years. And then he just did 7 years, a good plenteous year. That's 20 years. This how long he been gone from his family. See, added up, he just did 7 good years of plenty years. That's 20. 13 and 7 make 20. Now he working into the 7 years of famine. But before all these 20 years he did, how many years he did before that? From 17 to 30. Make one. He came to save the land. Verse 10 again. And they said unto him, Nay, my Lord, but to buy food are thy servant come. Verse 11. We are all one man's son. And yes, they are. Jacob's sons. Jacob, Israel. We are true. Meaning they honest men. Thy servant are no spies. Which they ain't. Verse 12. And he said unto them, Nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. Verse 13. And they said, Thy servants are 12 brethren, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not. So now they bringing out, they trying to explain, cause he calling a spy, and they getting nervous, cause he over Egypt. They think he a real Egypt. They don't know this is their brother, which he already know. So now they explain it. Now they just told him about his baby brother, his brother, with the same mom. He said one at home and one is not. He the one that is not. See, they don't know that's him. Let's continue. Verse 14. And Joseph said unto them, That is it that I spake unto you, saying, Ye are spies. Verse 15. Hereby ye shall be proved, meaning tested. They shall be tested. By the life of Pharaoh ye shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come here. Now he tell them they should be tested, mean proved. Proved mean tested. They should be tested by the life of Pharaoh. He put, when he do stuff like that, you know, which he ain't gonna do no harm to his brother. But if you don't prove that means what Pharaoh was doing, what he did to his baker, hang him. That's what he gonna happen to them. But it said, by the life of Pharaoh, ye should not go forth hence. Meaning you ain't going nowhere. Y'all ain't going nowhere. You got to prove that you not a spy. You not come to spy out the nakedness of this land. Trying to see what all food we got and set up like you gonna take some or something like that. That's what he throwing out. Obviously, that's what I'm thinking. And he said, except your youngest brother come here. Now he told him your youngest brother got to come down to him. Verse 16, send one of you and let him fetch your brother. and ye shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh, surely ye are spies. Okay, now he was saying, tell him to send one back to go get the younger brother. The rest of them, the other 9 got to stay in prison, kept in ward, in prison. And make sure their words are true, that they ain't saying that they not spy, that they saying they are not spy. If their word is true, you gonna prove me that. So you gonna be tested. One of y'all go get your young brother and you bring him back down, and we'll prove and see that. He already know it. He just wanna see them. He really wanna see his brother. He done seen them, you know, them the one that was agreeable with the selling. Reuben was pissed off that he was not in the well anymore when he came back. Judah came up with the idea of selling them, and all of them agreed with it. Verse 17, and he put them all together into ward 3 days. So he locked them up for 3 days, all of them. Verse 18, wow. It seemed like time was flying by like that, wasn't it? Seemed like time was going like that. It's going like that now. Because we live in the last days. And just like in the days of Noah, God got tired and he came to save the people. You think God don't hear the righteous ones screaming out to him? Y'all think God don't hear us praying? All righteousness. He coming to save his people. Verse 18, Joseph said unto them, the 3rd day, this do and live, for I fear God. Verse 19, if ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye, carry corn for the famine of your house. See, he's still trying to say keep it found. He just want to see his brother. So he want one of them to stay, and the rest of y'all get the corn, which you came for, and go back and get your brother, the baby brother, and bring him back. Verse 20, but bring your youngest brother unto me, so shall your word be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so. So he telling them to verify their word. So that's what they did. Verse 21. And they said one to another, we are very guilty concerning our brother, in that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore is this disgrace come upon us. What is they talking about? When they saw he said, and they said one to another, we are very guilty. Guilty of what? For selling their brother. The guiltness of their brother. Let me see. This is the book of Genesis chapter 37, verse 26. And Judah said unto his brethren, what profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? That's the guilt concerning their brother, Joseph. The one who just brought that to them, who was just talking to. Yeah. And in that we saw the anguish of his soul. The anguish. Let's define that.
Anguish.
several mental or physical pain and suffering. So they saw the pain, the hurt. Let's see the agony, pain, the torment, the torture, the suffering, the distress, the anguish, the misery, the sorrow, the grief, the heartache, the heartbreak, the reckonedness, the unhappiness. Whoa. So they saw the pain. Like, my brothers, them gonna sell me. But this all was God doing. That's what we got to realize. Don't none move in this world without God permission. Don't nothing happen without God permission. The Most High. You read in Job, Satan had went back to ask God for permission to mess with Job. So what you think? He got to go ask God for permission to attack you too. So if you let Satan steal your soul, win your soul, that's you. You start off as a child of God. But if you let wickedness and evil overrule you, that's the way you're going to live. Let's continue. But they saw the pain and the hurt, the heartbreak. Like, wow, my brother no selling me of his soul. When they be sought, so like when he pleaded with them, when he besought mean plead. When he pleaded, when he besought of, and we would not hear, and they wouldn't even listen. They got rid because God had concealed their heart with hatred. He put that spirit on them of hatred, and they ain't liking them because he interpreted dreams. But like I said, it's God's doing. It was a reason why he did this. If he didn't do it and they didn't sow their brother, they would all perish. Because the land of Egypt would have perished. Remember that what it said? If it weren't for Joseph, I think Pharaoh said that. If it weren't for him, the land of Egypt perished. Don't quote me on that Pharaoh said that. Just go back and read it. About a chapter back. Chapter 2 back. Chapter maybe 41, 40 in one of them chapters. But they seen the hurt and pain. They when he tried to, plead with them, they would not listen. So therefore is this disgrace come upon us. So they thinking that's why all this happened. He actually happy to see his brothers. When you'll be, if you ain't seen your family over 20-something years, you ain't seen no Hebrew, probably ain't seen no Hebrew Israelite over 20-something years. Remember, he was sold to the Ishmaelite and they brought him down there in Egypt. And he gave him to the Egyptian. And he been down there ever since. As a teenager boy, 17 years old. He became a man at the age of 17. When they sold him, he became a man. But God was with him. That's why he lasted. So you have to do exactly what Ecclesiastes chapter 12 say. Fear God and keep his commandments. And he'll be with you the whole time. Let's continue. Verse 22. And Reuben answered them, saying, Spake I not unto you, saying, Do not sin against the child, and ye would not hear? Therefore, behold, also his blood is required. Remember when Reuben said that? Genesis chapter 37, verse 21. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hand, and said, Let us not kill him. Verse 22. And Reuben said unto them, Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit, that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hand, to deliver him to his father again. And drop down to verse 29 in Genesis 20:37. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. So then Reuben told him, that was the older brother, the one that slept with his father concubine, Bilhah. Not his father concubine. Yeah, his father concubine, Bilhah. His Rachel handmaid. Reuben wanted to deliver him back to his father, back to Jacob. But they ended up settling before Reuben got back. And Reuben told him. That's what we just read. Now their blood is required. Also, now his blood is required, meaning payback, I guess. Meaning they got to get compensated for the wickedness they did. Oh, they going to get punished. Not right now. And probably not, I don't think they going to get punished personally. You know, you punish the offspring. You punish the generation. That's what God was doing. He would punish the generation. He was punishing them, but he for generation to generation. See, we serving, we in this thing, we paying, what it do? How I want to say this. We in the predicament of so-called Black, African American, Native American, and the Latino, the Hispanics. We in this predicament because our forefathers, what they did. They wouldn't hearken to the voice of God. You'll see that as we read along, especially when we get into Deuteronomy 28. You're gonna see the cursing. We suffering through that. All this what God was throwing out to them when Moses was telling them, this came upon us. This came upon us. Because they gonna die off way before they even leave Egypt, I think. Yeah. Before they even leave Egypt. But I'm not trying to tell it before here's a time, because I want y'all to read right along. So I'm trying to give y'all through the Spirit, I'm trying to give y'all a better understanding. So y'all can see the Bible different, because this ain't what the church is going to teach. This ain't what the church is going to tell y'all. They ain't going to sit there and tell you the truth. He going to pick a scripture, and he going to go with that. I'm going to read what's in this Bible. I'm not going to tell you, read a verse and boom. I ain't back in no Bible no more. No, we going to read the Bible. That's why we call this reading the Bible. How we going to read the Bible. It ain't my understanding, it's not my thought, it's not my saying. It's the word. I'm reading straight out. That's why I tell y'all to get y'all King James Version out too. Read right along with me. And you'll see exactly what it's saying. I'm just going to give you a better understanding of it, so you can understand like what these words mean. Like I go into the definition, find out exactly what, if I don't know the definition of this word, I'm going to go into it. If I don't know how to speak this word, I'm going to find out how to speak this word. I'm going to find the language of the word, the definition of the word, what this word means. And they're going to give me a better understanding of what I'm reading. Don't that make sense? Let's continue. Verse 23. And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by the interpreter. It said, and they knew not that Joseph understood them. So they was talking, what? In Hebrew. That's what they were talking in Hebrew. Because the Egyptians ain't know Hebrew. So they was talking in Hebrew, and they knew not that Joseph, that's why it said, and they knew not that Joseph, no. Yeah, and they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter. Hold on. I want to make sure that what it means. They were talking in Hebrew, which they probably was anyway, because they're Hebrew. They was talking in Hebrew, but they knew not he knew what they was talking about. They were speaking in Hebrew, what they did to their brother. Like I said, they don't know that's that brother right there. But he know that's them his brother. And he know exactly what they did. And they saying it in Hebrew, and he understand it. Kind. Verse 24. And he turned himself about. So mean he turned around, right? Away. Yeah, he turned around. He turned away from them and wept. He wept. Let's get the definition of that. I know what it means. Weep. Shed tears. Cry, shed tears, sob. So he cried and returned to them again and communed, meaning talk, and communed with them and took from them Simeon, and bound him before their eyes. So he took his second oldest brother, right? Reuben, Simon. Yeah, he the second oldest. I hate when they do that. I want to. Simeon. Okay. Okay. Oh, I was just reading what it means. He who listens, he has heard, or hearing stemming from the verb shama, to hear, meaning to hear. That was Simeon mean. But he took Simeon from him. That was the second oldest. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, from the mother Leah. So he took Simeon from there and he bound him before their eye, meaning he locked them down, handcuffed them, put shackles on them. Verse 22. And Reuben answered them, saying, speak I not. Wait. I jumped down like that. My bad. I hit that thing and it jumped up. I'll read 22. We in verse 25. Again from the top. Then Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn. So he told the people, whoever working, who he command, the soldier or whoever, he told them to fill the sacks with corn, and to restore every man's money into his sack, and to give them provision for the way. And thus did he unto them. Provision. Okay, hold on. He commanded the soldier them to fill their sack with corn, and to restore every man back their money. Each 10 brother brought money. He told them give. Remember, he took one, so it's 9. He refill all 9 on with corn, but put their money back, give them back their money, put their money back in their bag, give them back their money. And it said restore every man's money to his sack, and to give them provision for the way. Okay. Definition of provision. The action of providing or supplying something for you. So he gave him extra, an amount or thing supplied or provide. Like supply with food, drink, or equipment, especially meaning give him extra. Basically what he's saying. Give him extra supplies. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? You see, go into these words and find out, and then you get a better understanding of what you're reading. See, I already know this because I already did this. I'm just doing this with y'all. And this is what I did when I was going through it, reading it to myself. When I was being in the room by myself, learning and watching videos and then going back reading. I was looking definition up, and so I'm just hoping it rub off me onto y'all. I'm showing you how I got the understanding of this word, how he took the delusion off me and opened my eyes up to the truth. That's what I did. I studied to show myself approved. That's what I did. It said provision for the way, and thus did he unto them. Verse 26. And they ladded their asses. They ladded their asses with the corn and departed then. Meaning ladded, meaning loaded. They loaded, they packed up their asses. They packed their asses down. We know asses is donkeys now. They packed their asses up and with the corn and departed then, and they left. Verse 27. And as one of them opened his sack to give his ass provender, meaning food, feed him, in the end, he espies his money. He saw. He espied. Espied. You know. He saw. I know that what that means. He saw. I just want to pronounce it right. Espy. Espied. But it espied. Catch sight of. Glimpse. Stuff like that. Like you can catch something at the corner of your eye, your provision, your how you said my the little Papa Pig. I can't pronounce it. But he saw his money, for behold, it was in his sack mouth. So when he opened up the sack to give his ass some provender, some to feed, something to eat, he seen the money in the sack. He be like, oh, probably got real nervous and scared. Verse 28. And he said unto his brethren, my money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them, and they were afraid, saying one to another, what is this that God had done unto us? See, now they thinking by what the evil they did toward their brother by selling their brother, God bringing evil toward them. No, he just gave y'all food. He's supplying y'all and gave y'all back y'all money. Y'all don't. They still don't know that's their brother. He kept one of them. One still with him. The other 9, them the 9 ride. So they thinking God really bringing harsh curses upon them or something. Or for they do something to them or something. Let's keep reading. Let's find out. But they was afraid. Verse 29. And they came unto Jacob, their father, unto the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell unto them, saying. So they made it back to Canaan. They made it back home. All of them got their money in their bag. All of them got food. Let's read. Now they finna tell them what went on, and told him all that befell unto them, saying, the man who is, verse 30, the man who is the Lord of the land spake roughly to us, and took us for spies of the country. He spake roughly to them, meaning he spake harshly to them. And he took them for spies of the country. Now they tell him, they honest man. They are honest. They lied to their papa one time though. And now that's what they think they getting punished for. But they gonna get punished. We all get punished, cuz. Don't no sin go by and you don't get punished for it. It might be 10 years later. It might be a day later. It might be a couple of hours or a couple of minutes. But you gonna get punished. You just got to remember, I know that's my punishment. I know that. And repenting, don't do it no more. Let's continue. Verse 31. And we said unto him, we are true men, honest men. We are no spies. Verse 32. We be 12 brethren, sons of our father. One is not, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. So they telling everything what they said and what Joseph said to them. Verse 33. And the man, the Lord of the country, Joseph, they brethren, said unto us, hereby shall I know that ye are true, honest man. Leave one of your brethren here with me, and take food for the feminine of your household, and be gone. So they told him that they took one of their brothers, Simeon, left them there, and he gave them the food and put the money back in their provision. And he told them bring their baby brother back to prove that they true, that they honest man. But he know that. He know that that's his brother. Verse 34. And bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know that ye are no spy, but that ye are true men. So will I deliver you, your brother, and ye shall traffic it in the land. Trade. Traffic it means trade. You should trade in the land. I'm gonna make sure I'm pronouncing that word right.
Traffic.
Traffic. Deal or trade in something illegal. That's trafficking something illegal. Lord. Wow. They gonna make that just be that. Okay, what is the legal definition of trafficking? But it means dealing or trade. And they can do it in the land. That's what he told them, their brother told them. Verse 35. And it came to pass as they emptied their sack, that behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when both they and their father saw the bundles of money, they were afraid. So when they was on the road and one of the brothers went into the bag and fainted first, he the only one seeing here, so he the only one noticed that. They ain't even, all of them ain't even know. They ain't know until they got home, made it back to Canaan, and then they emptied out the bag. Now all of them see the money that was in everybody's bag. Now everybody got afraid, even Jacob, their father. Because he ain't 50 cent. Let me be quiet. Let's read. Let's keep going. But they was afraid. Verse 36. And Jacob their father said unto them, Me have ye bereaved of my children. Bereaved. Definition. I'm going to make sure I'm pronouncing it right.
bereaved,
bereave, deprive of a close relation or friend through their death. Bereave, be deprived of a loved one through a profound absence, especially due to the loved one's death. So that meaning like death, take away. He said, me have ye bereaved of my children. Joseph is not. Two, he talking about them two. Like they dead, but they not. Joseph is not. That's the one king they made king of Egypt, the Lord of Egypt. The one talked harshly to his brother. And Simeon is not. That's the one Joseph told them to leave behind while they go and get their other brother. See, the church ain't gonna have time to break it down. They don't got time because he want money. See, I'm gonna break it down to you little by little. We're gonna go through it little by little so you can get an understanding, cuz. That's my job. To lead you in that right way. I can just show you that light, point you to it. I can't walk you down there. You got to walk that narrow lane yourself. He said, Joseph is not, and Simeon is not. And ye will take Benjamin away? All these things are against me. So he think he lost too, and you think you finna take my baby boy away? The last one from my other baby son mother, who I favored more, who I loved it, Rachel. These things are against me. Jacob said them things are against him. He don't want to hear that. They already lost two, which he thinking he lost two. Verse 37. And Reuben spake unto his father, saying, slay my two sons, if I bring him not to thee. Deliver him into my hand, and I will bring him to thee again. Now, Reuben is the one we're trying to save the first one, Joseph. Remember? And Reuben asking for him too. That's the oldest brother of all of them. So he gonna be protected of his brothers. So he said, you can slay my two sons if I bring him back. He gave up two of his sons to kill. Jacob don't want to hear that. Verse 38. And he said, my son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief befall him by the way in the which ye go, then shall ye bring down my gray hair with sorrow to the grave. So he was like, his son ain't going. His brother already dead, and he is left alone. Which he got other brother, but he talking about of his mother. It was never them two. And he'll be left alone without his brother. And he was like, if mischief, meaning if committed or anything happened on the way going down there, as they going down there, should come to committee, should come to befall him by the way. If anything happened to him while he heading down there, which ye go, then shall you bring down my gray hair with sorrow to the grave. You're going to break my heart, and it's just going to devastate him. It's just going to devastate him. That was the end of chapter 42. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 43, verse 1. And the famine was sore in the land. And the famine was sore in the land, meaning severe. Remember he said it was going to be real grievous. So the famine was very severe in the land. And it came to pass when they had eaten up the corn which they had brought out of Egypt, their father said unto them, go again, buy us a little food. Now, remember, they supposed to be bringing their brother back, but the father wouldn't let the brother go. So they remember they other brother Simeon, the father think he dead, but he died there too. He in Egypt. Now it ain't saying how long it been before their food got low and ran out, and Jacob want to send Israel want to send them back down there. But that's what he's saying in verse 2. And it came to pass. See, that's gonna be a while. So it finally came to pass when they had eaten up the corn which they had brought out of Egypt. Their father said unto them, go again, buy us a little food. So he wanted them to go back. Verse 3. And Judah spake unto him, the fourth brother, the progenitor of the so-called African American, the progenitor of the Negroes, the fourth brother. And Judah spake unto him, saying, the man did solemnly protest, meaning warn. He solemnly warned unto us, saying, ye shall not see my face, except your brother be with you. So Judah told his daddy, we can't go back and buy no food. We ain't gonna get none if we don't have Benjamin with us. The man warned us. He already told us this the test is here we spot. He gonna take us in and kill us. Then you gonna be left with just Benjamin. That's what they trying to explain to him. Because remember, he already said it on Pharaoh. But you know he ain't gonna kill his brother. Verse 4. If thou wilt send our brother with us, we will go down and buy thee food. Verse 5. But if thou wilt not send him, we will not go down. For the man said unto us, ye shall not see my face, except your brother be with you. So Judah regularly telling his daddy, man, ain't no way we going down there because he already said it. If my brother, if Benjamin's not with us, we gonna die. So it don't need us going down there and all the 9 that came back. If you ain't gonna send the other one with us and all 10 of us go and the other 2 brothers already dying now, that gonna be the 12 tribe. That gonna be the 12 brothers. It don't need us going down there. Or we gonna get killed off. See, this all what they thinking. Because of why they think like that. They thinking because God put a curse on them for what they did to their brother by selling their brother. Let's continue. Verse 7. Now, verse 6. And Israel said, wherefore dealt ye so ill with me, as to tell the man whether ye had yet a brother wickedly. He was saying ill mean like wickedly. Why has you dealt so wickedly with me by telling the man you had another brother? He already know that. Verse 7. And they said, the man asked us greatly, meaning pointedly about ourselves. He asked them straight about themselves. The man asked us greatly of our state. And they are honest men. Like he said, they are honest men. And of our kindred, saying, is your father yet alive? Have ye another brother? And we told him according to the tenor of these words. Because if they would have lied, he probably would have said, y'all are spies. Because he calling them out. Because he know them. Them his brother. He asked, was his father still alive? Don't you have another brother? Do you yet have another brother? He throwing things at him. So they answering himself. They answering themselves. He just throwing out. He like, is your father still alive? They like, yeah. Do you yet have another brother? Yeah, he back with our father. He said, have ye another brother? and we told him, according to the tenor of these words. Could we certainly know that he would say, bring your brother down? Verse 8. And Judah said unto Israel his father, send the lad with me, and we will arise and go, that we may live and not die, both we and thou, and also our little one. Verse 9. And I will be surety for him. Of my hand shalt thou require him. If I bring him not unto thee, and set him before thee, then let me bear the blame forever. Now, this is going to be a precept showing why when it comes to, when they get to talking about Judah, it's the head tribe for real. I see I'm getting, we're going to lead into it. But Judah took over. He said, put him in my hand. Put him in my hand. And you're going to blame me if I don't bring him back. But you got Reuben, the oldest brother, and Judah is the fourth oldest. Them brothers, man, they going to stick together. Verse 10. For except we had lingered, surely now we had returned this second time. You know, I'm going to look the definition of this word up, linger. Stay in a place longer than necessary because of a relative to leave. See, he was saying that they linger at home. They stayed too long. They ate up all the food. They need to go down there. Exactly need, because they ain't got it. And that's the only way they're going to save their family, save him. That's the only way they're going to survive. So linger meaning stayed in a place too long. When you know you need to go handle business. Verse 11. And their father Israel said unto them, if it must be so now, do this. Take of the best fruit in the land in your vessel, and carry down the man a present, a little balm, and a little honey, spices, and myrrh, nuts, and almonds. Now, question not to y'all, but a question for me. If the land was in feminine, how they got the best of the fruits and all this other stuff? If they got that, why would they need to be going down to get corn? If they got fruits, the best of the fruits in the land in your vessel, and carry down some of the best fruits in the land in your vessel. They must have to stash something aside. And carry down the man a present, a little balm, and a little honey, spices, and myrrh, nuts, and almonds. They got stuff. So it couldn't been I'm not going to let that interrupt me, because, you know, this something got to, I'm going to answer. I'm going to get it. But God brought it to my attention. It's something he want me to understand about this. I got to get back to this. So this Genesis 43:11, I got to get back on that. Genesis 43:11. I got to get the understanding of it. It's something he made it recognize. When it jump off the page to me like that, I know that's from God. It's something in this scripture you want me to understand. So I'm teaching right now. Well, I'm reading right now. So this gonna be, we got the Sabbath. We got the Sabbath. So I'm gonna get into it. Cause I wanna know too. This ain't popped off at me like that. Cause it's supposed to be the feminine, grievous, the worst of the word. But they got all this. See, none of this ain't jumped out as I was reading. Been reading. That ain't jumped out at me. Today it did. So it's something in this scripture that God want me to see and understand. So, and get the wisdom of it. And when I get it, and when he show it to me, I'm gonna give it to y'all. That's the way we brother to love. That's being my brother keeper. That's being my brother keeper. Let's continue. Verse 12. And take double money in your hand, and the money that was brought again in the mouth of your sack. Carry it again in your hand. Peradventure it was an oversight. Maybe they bought it from somewhere. In the best of the land. They don't own this land. So the Hamites still in this land. The Canaanites and all of them, they still in this land. This their land. So maybe they bought it all from there. See, you see what I'm saying? How you be throwing things at me? But I'm going to go back over and figure out, because what really hit me is now, by the money came, but he said take double money. So if they went down to Egypt and bought around in that land, surrounding land, he said buy the best fruits of the land. Take some of the best fruits of the land. So they had to buy around who all was saving up, or when the good prentice of the live, they probably had good stuff. So they stash stuff around. That's the understanding. Okay, it coming now. So that's the understanding. So the first good prentice of the year will grow good stuff. That's why he tell them to get the best fruits of the land, to take some down with them. So the good stuff, but they stashed up, because the famine had not too long came in. They in the 7 years of the famine. Cool. Thank you, Father. Answer it quick. Answer it quick, boy. Don't make you think too long. But I'm still gonna go back over and make sure that's right. He said, verse 12 again from the top, and take double money in your hand, and the money that was brought again in the mouth of your sack. Carry it again in your hand. Peradventure it was an oversight. Oversight meaning an unintentional failure to notice or do something, like make a mistake, error, or fault. That's what it oversight. They made a mistake. They probably forgot to get the money and just poured the corn on top of it. Verse 13. Take also your brother and arise, go again unto the man. So now he left him to take Benjamin, the baby brother. Verse 14, because you got to save their family. You got to. You got to go get more corn. Don't tell how much fruits and balm and stuff you got left. Don't tell me how much, what's going on. Yeah, that answer verse 11. Because they just came out that good plenty live, the 7 good plenty years. So, we say we had good stuff. We probably bought stuff too from around there. So, yes. I ain't got to do too much searching, because it already was in my mind now. Verse 13 again from the top. Take also your brother and arise, go again unto the man. Verse 14. And God Almighty give you mercy before the man, that he may send away your other brother and Benjamin. If I be bereaved of my children, I am bereaved. He said if he be relieved of his children, if they be all dead, he be bereaved. But he trying to save his household. So he said, he prayed and they God Almighty with him. God is with him. Ain't God with their brother? That's who that is. See, they don't know this right now. Let's continue. Verse 15. And the man took that present, and they took double money in their hand, and Benjamin, and rose up, and went down to Egypt, and stood before Joseph. Now they got their brother with them. They took double money. They took the best fruits of the land, balm. They took honey. They took a lot of stuff with them. And they also brought their brother Benjamin, who he really want to see. Verse 16. And when Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the ruler of his house, bring these men home and slay and make ready, for these men shall dine with me at noon. He said, bring these men home. When he seen his brother Benjamin, that's who he wanted to see. See, maybe he probably would have revealed himself if all of them would have went the first time, all 11 of them. Maybe he probably would have revealed himself then, but he wanted to see his brother, his mama's son. He wanted to see him. Oh, it said when he seen him, he said to the ruler of his house, bring these men home and slay, meaning slaughter an animal, not slay them, because they going to dine with them. Dine mean eat. And make ready, for these men shall dine with me at noon. They going to eat with them. Verse 17. And the man did as Joseph bade, meaning what Joseph ordered. And the man brought the men into Joseph's house. Verse 18. And the men were afraid, because they were brought into Joseph's house. And they said, because of the money that was returned in our sack at the first time are we brought in, that he may seek occasion against us. Meaning, rise up against them, occasion against us, and fall upon us, and take us for bondmen, slave men, and our asses. So, they thinking that the money that was put back in their sack, that's why they were brought in the house. Now they thinking that he gonna rise up against them and make them slaves. Verse 19. And they came near to the steward of Joseph's house, and they communed with him at the door of the house. Verse 20. Meaning talk with him, commune. Now, remember? Verse 20. And said, O sir, we came indeed down at the first time to buy food. So now they tell them they came back the first time to buy food. Verse 21. And it came to pass when we came to the inn, meaning came to the encampment where they camped out at, that we opened our sack, and behold, every man's money was in the mouth of his sack, our money in full weight, and we have brought it again in our hand. So he telling them that their money was still in their sack. They forgot it, so they trying to be honest. Now they told them, well, we brought it back with us to pay. But they don't know that Joseph told them to give every man back their money. Verse 22. And other money have we brought down in our hand to buy food. We cannot tell who put our money in our sack. So they brought other money to buy food. This money was brought back. We gonna pay for our first food where we paid for. We don't know who put it in there, put it back in our sack. Verse 23. And he said, peace be to you. Fear not, your God and the God of your father had given you treasure in your sack. I had your money, and he brought Simeon out unto them. So he told them to fear not, the God of your father. The God of your father. God with him. Remember he said, remember Jacob said, may God Almighty be with you. He with him. And he brought his other brother out, Simeon, the second oldest. Verse 24. And the man brought the men into Joseph's house and gave them water, and they washed their feet, and he gave their asses and provender. He gave their asses provender. Gave them fed. He fed they donkeys. But he gave them water, and they washed their feet. You know, son, I got to speak on this. I got to. Man-made tradition. Well, we're gonna read about it when we get to the New Testament. But the man-made tradition was wash your hands. It's good to have clean hands before you eat, but wash your hands. This right here telling you to wash your feet. He gave him water to wash your feet. Check this out. This ain't the first time. Genesis chapter 18, verse 4. Let a little water, I pray you, be fetched, and wash your feet, and rest yourself under the tree. Genesis chapter 19, verse 2. And he said, behold, now, my Lord, turn in, I pray you, into your servant. How? In terror all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the streets all night. This during the time, that was during the time Solomon and Gomorrah to get destroyed. Well, that was Lot there. And the first one was Abraham up under the tree. Check this one out. Genesis chapter 24, 32. And the man came into the house, and he ungirded his camel, and gave straw and provender for the camel, and water to wash his feet, and the man's feet that were with him. Literally, let's go back to definition of feet. It's a foot, feet, foot. The lower extreme of the leg below the ankle on which a person stands or walks. A projecting part on which a piece of furniture or its legs stand. A corresponding part of the leg, vertebrate animal. Literally mean foot. It got so many definitions. I'm just trying to see something. A unit of nanomeasure equal to 12 inch. Yeah. So it literally talking about our feet. And man-made tradition that we have to wash our hands before we eat. But literally, this saying wash their feet. Make you say, And what else lied they lied about? See, that man-made tradition. Cause when they told Jesus, why do your disciple eat without washing their hand? And Jesus said something. I'm just paraphrasing, trying to paraphrase. I know it ain't quoting the same thing, but Jesus said something about they live by man-made tradition. About washing your hand. Verse 25. Back at Genesis 43, verse 25. And they made ready the present against for Joseph coming. They made ready the present against Joseph came at noon. They heard that they should eat bread there. For they heard that they should eat bread there. Verse 26. And when Joseph came home, they brought him the present which was in their hand into the house, and bowed themselves to him to the earth. Now, they still don't know this they brother. So they were waiting on Joseph till he got to the house. So when he came, they brought him the present, and they bowed themselves down to him. Remember? He dreamed of the shell. He stood highly, and his brother them was around them. They was all out there to share. And they bowed down to him. All of them again. This time, all of them. All of them this time. Even Benjamin there. And he told them that, because remember they was out in the field picking share. All him and his brothers. Now all of them bowing down. The dream that he remembered. Verse 27. And he asked them of their welfare, meaning he asked them of their well-being, and said, is your father well? The old man of whom ye spake, is he yet alive? So they can't be too honest. Think back. Ain't that what Judah said to his father? Said that what he asked them? Now he asking them that. Remember he said that, Judah said that he asked them, how could he asked us straightly about our family, our kindred. He asked her, is your father still alive? Is your father alive? Is your father living? And yet do you have another brother? Remember that what Judah said to his father? See, you got to pay attention. You see how I already read it. That's why I'm just pointing out facts to y'all. To get y'all to catch on so y'all can fall further into it, to start breaking it down and get to understand, so you can get your relationship with the Father. Not no personal relationship, because we don't have no personal relationship. Just get your relationship with the Father. Every day, I read. If it ain't nothing but a chapter or a couple of verses, I read it. I meditate on it. I pray. I fast. But they said, and he asked them, verse 27 again, and he asked them of their welfare, and said, is your father well? The old man of whom ye spake, is he yet alive? Verse 28, and they answered, thy servant, our father, is in good health. He is yet alive. And they bowed down their heads and made upset. Prostrated themselves. Obsessions. Obeisance. A different respect. So they respected, worship, bow, courteous, stuff like that. Obeisance. I be pronouncing the word wrong. That's why I get it in. Because I know I'm not no hellified reader, pronouncer. That's one of my work, bad subjects. Reading, spelling, grammar. Those are my bad subjects. I love the math and sign. Obeisance. Verse 29. And he lifted up his eye and saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son. I told you. And said, is this your younger brother, of whom ye spake unto me? And he said, God be gracious unto thee, my son. But he already know that was his baby brother. But he just playing the role. Verse 30. And Joseph made haste, meaning he moved fast, for his bowels. Meaning heart yearning for his bowels did yearn upon his brother. He was about to cry. His bowels did, he yearned for his brother. And he sought where thou weep, and he sought where to weep, meaning to cry, and he entered into his chamber and wept there. So he turned away from there and went into his chamber, and he cried. Because, like I said, he fall weak, and he yearned for his brother. He missed him. I ain't seen my baby brother in so long. And then he ill. Look how he growed up. It's been over 20-something years, man. Benjamin grown now. Benjamin grown. So he had went into the chamber, entered into the chamber to cry. Verse 31. And he washed his face And he went out and refrained himself and said, sit on bread. He restrained himself. When it said he refrained himself, he restrained himself and sit on bread. So he served the bread. Verse 32. And they set on for him, set a place for him. And they set on for him by himself, and for them by themselves. Meaning they set a place over there for him, and a place over him for them for themselves. And for the Egyptian, which did eat with him by themselves. And the Egyptian set by themselves, who ate with them too. Because the Egyptian, by themselves. Because the Egyptian might not eat bread with the Hebrew. Now the Egyptian couldn't eat with us. We couldn't sit at the same table and eat. Maybe we look alike, but God made a difference between us. And you're going to hear that. But the Egyptian might not eat bread with the Hebrew. They could not eat food with us. For that is an abomination unto the Egyptian. It's an abomination to the Egyptian. That the Egyptian cannot eat bread with the Hebrew at the same table. That's why they sat at a separate table. They put a spot for Joseph. See, the Egyptian know that he a Hebrew. His brother them don't know that he Hebrew. Their brother them think he an Egyptian. They saw the spot for him. They saw the spot for themselves. And they saw the spot over there for the Egyptian who ate with them. Y'all got it? If the Egyptian eat with them, that is an abomination. Verse 33. And they set before him the firstborn according to his birthright, Reuben was the firstborn, and the youngest according to his youth, that's Benjamin. And the man marveled one to another, meaning they looked with astonishment at one another. Verse 34. And he took and sent messages unto them from before him, but Benjamin messages, servants unto them from before him. But Benjamin mess, his servant, was 5 times so much as any of theirs, and they drank and were merry with him. That was the end of Genesis chapter 43. Y'all can go back over and read Genesis 42 and 43 over again. But now you see, they still don't know that's their brother. They still don't know that. But they should see something, but they don't. I guess God got the delusion over them to be ignorant at this point. I can't say. But you paid attention that Benjamin thing was 5 times more than them. Whatever Benjamin get, he got it 5 times more. Whatever they got, Benjamin got 5 times more of it. Because that's his mother's son. But man, we want to thank the Father for giving us this opportunity to read this Bible. For real. And we almost done with Genesis. And we'll be moving to Exodus. You see, Egypt, Joseph there first. Now his brother them coming in and out. How did we end up in Egypt? For Moses to lead the Israelite out of Egypt. That's what we finna get to. That's what we going into. Because remember, they in the land of Canaan now. Joseph was the only one down in Egypt. Now his brother them came down there to buy food, buy corn, corns of grain, stalks of grain. That's what they come to buy. But they gonna end up down here, is it? Or what? How we gonna find how this going on? Tune in the next time for the reading of the Bible with your brother Nehemiah. I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. And with that being said, we want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Kwam Yasharala. Y'all have a blessed Sabbath, man. Enjoy y'all Sabbath. Shalom, family.